two AI agents working in the same project at the same time. One's halfway through editing a file. The other switches branches out from under it. And now everything is broken. And you can't even tell which agent did it. That was my life for weeks. By the end of this video, you'll be running 5 agents at once on one code base, each sealed off from the others, and it's built on one Git feature almost nobody uses. Hi, I'm Alex Brockway. I build real production software with AI, and on this channel, I show you exactly how. Here's the part almost everyone gets wrong. I want you to watch for it. The fix is not a command you memorize. It's an environment you set up one time. So your agents do this on their own, and a gate that catches it when they don't. That's what this whole channel is about. You stop telling the AI what to do step by step, and you build the guardrails so that it does it autonomously. So let me show you Worktrees, the way I actually build everything: the context, the rules, the documentation, and the verification around Git Worktrees. And by the end of this video, you'll have the full setup. So, context. There's a strange backstory here that's worth 30 seconds because it tells you why this matters right now. This feature is not new. Git Worktrees shipped back in 2015, over 10 years ago, and Git even released them marked experimental, like the people building it weren't sure anyone would even want it. And for almost 10 years, Git was basically right. Almost nobody used the feature. And it's not because the feature was bad, but because there was really no reason to. If you think about how you always worked, one person on one branch doing one job at a time, you never really needed 5 copies of your project at once because you were only ever working on one thing at a time. Worktrees solved a problem that for a solo developer really barely existed. But then AI agents showed up. All at once, you're not one person on one branch. You've got 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 agents all building at the same time. And the feature Git shipped nearly a decade ago that nobody had a use for turns out to be the exact tool this moment needed. GitHub said it themselves just recently. AI has us working in parallel more now than any point in history of software. And Worktrees, they're really a simple answer to a complex problem. A solution that sat on the shelf for over 10 years, waiting for a problem that didn't exist yet. Now, that problem does, which is exactly why almost nobody has heard of the feature you're about to start building your entire workflow around. So here's the problem it solves. One Claude agent on its own is easy. You give it a job, add a password reset to the login page, for example. It writes the code, you read the dip, and you merge it. But the point is to run 3 or 4 agents at once, to expand what you can get done at any given time. And the second you do that, they're all standing in the same repo, editing the same files, each one trying to be on its own branch. And ultimately, they just clobber each other. Now, before Git Worktrees, people did have a way to juggle more than one branch. They were all kind of bad. You could clone the whole repo a second time, put a full copy on your disk, but it was slow to make, and now you've got 2 separate repositories that share basically nothing. So to move a single commit between them, you're pushing and pulling, and it's just a whole mess. Or you could use Git Stash. You could shove your half-done work into a pile over here, switch branches, handle the urgent fix, switch back, and dig your work off the pile. Hope you don't forget and hope you don't lose something in the process. I know I have. Or you just switch branches and lose your place, and it's a disaster. Your editor resets, your build resets, and you're making throwaway work in progress commits just to park your code somewhere. None of that survives 5 agents going at once. You'd have to have 5 clones, 5 stashes, 5 different ways to lose track. But Worktrees, it fixes all of it. Picture your repo as a workshop with one workbench. To switch jobs, you clear the bench off. A worktree is a second workbench, and a third and a fourth. Same shop, same tools, same history underneath. But each agent gets a bench it can't knock the others off of. And that isolation isn't just a nice idea. Git actually enforces it for you. It wouldn't even let two benches check out the same branch at the same time. Try it, and Git stops you. Here's the detail that makes this whole thing finally click. You're already using one. Your normal project folder, that's a work tree. It's the main work tree. You've been standing on the first bench this whole time. Work trees just let you pull up more. And they're cheap. A new one isn't a copy of your project's history. It's a pointer back to the history you already have in Git. So it's near instant to create. The one real cost is that each work tree needs its own tools laid out, its own install of the dependencies, so it can build and test on its own. That part's real, and that's why you don't spin up 50 of them at once. Now, the part that matters, and the part people skip often, you could create one work tree by hand every time you needed one. Type the command, point it at a branch. That's you doing the agent's job for it, really. The method is the opposite. You don't direct the agent each time. You write the rule down one time, and the agent follows it on its own. So here's the rule I give mine. Every parallel task gets its own work tree. Name it for what it's for, not some random string Claude picks. Branch off the latest main, freshly pulled, and never run more than 5 parallel agents at once. That's the rule. I never type the command, the agent reads it in my harness and creates its own branch and then starts building. And the 5 agent cap isn't me being cautious. It's where I've run into trouble. And when I run too many, my computer will just start to thrash. Some of you may have better performance. So 5 is a line that I just set, and my orchestrator agent, it follows that rule. Maybe you can run more than I can. A simple rule tells the agent what to do. Documentation tells it how, the same way every session. So you're not re-explaining that structure every time you sit down. The work tree steps are written into a short runbook. The agent reads it, pull main or whatever integration branch you're on, create the named work tree, give it its own install of the dependencies, and then do the work. Open a PR, done. Now, any agent in any session runs the exact same steps. The knowledge isn't trapped in my head or in one chat window. It lives right in my repository, right in my documentation files. And here is the rule I actually live by. Never trust the agent to remember. The rules and the docs tell it what to do, but I have to verify. That's an important step. Verification is the gate that checks the work actually got done. And here's what taught me that. One day, I went to clean up one of my repos and found 60-something work trees I'd never removed, plus a couple hundred dead branches. The agents had been spinning up branches and finishing work and walking away, leaving them standing. Part of that is that Git makes it easy to leave a mess. If you just delete a worktrees folder by hand, Git keeps the dead bookkeeping around. There's an actual remove command you're supposed to use instead. Otherwise, it just rebuilds it. So I built a gate, a script that audits every worktree and removes the dead ones for me the right way, with one hard rule wired in every time I merge. It will never delete a worktree that still has uncommitted work sitting in it, because uncommitted work is unsaved work. Now, I don't hope the agents clean up after themselves. The gate makes sure of it. That's the difference between a rule you wrote down and a rule that actually runs. And one more loop, because agents do die sometimes. A session drops mid-task and leaves a branch with half-finished work on it. So a watchdog, it runs on a schedule and sweeps for those abandoned work trees and flags them for recovery instead of letting them be forgotten about. That system catches its own mess and tells me I don't have to go hunting for it. So put it all together, and here's what it looks like on my end. I never type a worktree command. I hand the agents a stack of tasks. They read the rules. Each one spins up its own branch, builds in isolation, and the gates keep the whole place clean behind them. Right now, there are 3 of these live on my machine, 2 with an agent building at the same moment, and not one of them can reach into another's workspace. 5 agents, 5 sealed branches running themselves. So you've got that foundation now. And if you want to start building this for yourself, here's where to start. Everything I teach is free over on School. Over 10 hours of instruction, plus the free build kit that gives you the folder structure to set your project up right from day one. It's pinned in the comments and the first link in the description. And then there's the done for you version of this, Worktree setup, the rule, the runbook, and the cleanup gate ready to drop into your repository. The full Worktrees implementation playbook in the premium course in that same School. And it can be pulled through our MCP server. Our School always starts free and you go deeper when you're ready. That's the real lesson here. And it's bigger than Worktrees. You don't tell the AI what to do. You build the environment that makes the AI automate the setup on its own. And you put a gate in to check. Set it up once and you stop babysitting. So go try Git Worktrees. Download the premium playbook, point an agent at it, and never have agents collide again. Now, I've left one piece out on purpose. All these agents are producing work, and that work has to land somewhere. If you let 5 agents open 5 pull requests straight into your main branch, you trade this one problem you had for an even worse one. One that will grind your entire project to a halt. So that's the next video, where the work actually goes. I'll see you in the next one.